Hello everyone, this is Ritik from Infinity English, and on a very huge demand I'm back with a new video on topic direct and indirect. I know that I have been really late in posting the videos, really spare me for that, but yes, now I'm back with another video, right? So watch this video, stay tuned to my channel to understand this hard yet easy topic of direct and indirect. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Before we start the main clauses of how to change any sentence or anything else like that, first of all, let's talk about the classification. Classification, that how will you identify that which sentence is in direct speech or which sentence is in indirect speech. So in the front you can see that there is a list of entire differences that is there that makes a sentence different from each other. So first of all, let's talk about direct speech. The indirect speech, the exact words of the speakers are repeated. For example, suppose if I say that I'll go to watch a movie. So this is my direct speech because this is my own original word and I am the speaker of this. On the other hand, if we talk about indirect speech, so the speaker's words are reported by someone in his or her own words. Now, let us understand with an example. Suppose I am talking to a person A and I said that I'll go to watch movie this Sunday. And that person A went to his friend's house and then he has said the same thing to his friend B. Now, note one thing. While he was quoting all the sentences that I spoke, I was not present, first of all. So, at that point, when the A was speaking the entire thing to B, I am not the speaker. Speaker A is the speaker and he is using my sentence modified with his own word and then he is communicating the entire thing. So, the point that says that the speaker's words are reported by someone in his or her own words. Second thing, the words of the speakers are enclosed with inverted commas. Now, at this point, I just wanted to tell you that I hope that all of you must have read the comics, isn't it? Comics. In that comics, you might have heard or you might have noticed that the dialogues of the characters are often enclosed with inverted commas. So, when I say that I'll go to watch movie, so this is my dialogue. So, this will be in inverted commas. So, this is again an identification that in direct speech, the sentences, the dialogue specifically are often enclosed with the inverted commas. Now, in indirect, as these are not the exact words of the speakers, so inverted commas are simply removed. So, in layman language, there is no inverted comma in indirect speech. Third, the introductory verb is said. Now, the sentence in direct speech, taking the same example that I have quoted earlier, is I said, comma, inverted comma, I'll go to watch a movie, inverted comma, close. So, did you notice that I said, comma, inverted comma? So, that said is the introductory verb in direct sentences. Now, when we talk about the indirect speech, this said changes to told. As of now, I will strongly recommend to go with the introductory verb told, and later on we'll see that how this verb changes to according to the sentence mood or the sentence type. Fourth difference is a comma separates the introductory part and the exact words of the speaker. As I earlier said, that the sentence will be I said, comma, inverted comma, I'll go to watch a movie. So, the comma is again an identification mark for the direct sentences. On the other hand, in indirect speech, there is no comma. What is there? We remove the comma and we insert a subordinate conjunction that. T-H-A-T, that. So, in all the indirect sentences, leaving a few cases, I'll tell in the further video that is not used. Otherwise, in 99% cases of indirect sentences, that is oftenly used. The last difference is the speaker uses the first person pronoun to speak for himself or herself. Like if I again quote my example, I said, comma, inverted comma, I will go to watch a movie. So again, I have used the first person pronoun I for myself. But again, in indirect speech, the first person pronoun changes to the third person pronoun. So this I will be changed to he or she depending upon the gender of the subject. This is the classification, right? So moving further, first of all, let's take an example. So the sentence is, she said, I want to go home. Now, the first thing that will be changed is said will become told, as I earlier said. Then we'll remove the comma and we'll add a subordinate conjunction that. Then the first person pronoun I will be changed to the third person pronoun she. Now, why we have used she, why not he? Because here the subject is she. Okay, moving further, want, that is present tense, and that will be changed to wanted, past tense. Therefore, the indirect sentence will be, any guesses? You may comment down in the video. So the sentence is, she told that she wanted to go home. I think this is clear. Okay, now let's talk about the changes of the verb. Now, is, am, are changes to was, were. Has, have changes to had. Shall, will changes to should, would. Can changes to could. And must changes to had to. Now, a common tip here. First of all, I think that till can, this is really very easy, that all of you can easily relate that all are the past tense, like is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, shall, will, should, would, can, could. The only thing that you need to learn here is must. Must is not changing to might, or the actual is must is changing to had to. You have to keep this in mind. Okay. Now, we talk about tense-wise conversion. That will be really very helpful for you all. So, starting with the very basic simple present, present indefinite, that changes to simple past. So, let's talk about an example. Ajay said, I like eating burger. So, this is a sentence of simple present. If I talk about simple past, so this will be Ajay told that, I changes to he, third person pronoun, like changes to liked, simple past, eating burger. And as earlier said, remove the comma, remove the inverted comma and put a subordinate conjunction that. So remember, simple present changes to simple past. Moving further, present continuous changes to past continuous. Rita said, I am baking bread. So the example will be, Rita told that, I will change to she, am baking will be converted to was baking bread. Okay, third tense, let's talk about present perfect changes to past perfect. So Vicky said, I have slept throughout the afternoon. Now, have slept, that is present, and if we talk about past, so this will be Vicky told that he had slept throughout the afternoon. Now, at this point, I just wanted to confirm that are you all noticing a pattern that every present tense is changing to the past tense, as in present tense changes to simple past, simple present to simple past, present continuous to past continuous, present perfect to past perfect. And carrying the same pattern, we have present perfect continuous. That is, Reena said, I have been working since morning. And this changes to past perfect continuous. So the example will be, Reena told that she had been working since morning. So again, I, the first person pronoun, changes to the third person pronoun, and have been changes to had been. Now, till this part, this was really easy, that all the present tense changing to past and the things are sorted. But now the caveat comes. Now, let's talk about the simple past. Now, it was very easy, the simple present changes to simple past. But what about a sentence that is in simple past already? So, Raj said, I bought a book. So, this will be changed to past perfect. So, the answer will be, Raj told that he had bought a book. Notice the difference. The rest things are all same, thus there is a caveat in the tenses. So, simple past changes to past perfect. Second tense, past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. So, he said, Raj was studying in his room. So, the answer will be, he told that Raj had been studying in his room. Right? You can see the formulas and all that goes on to this particular sentence transformation. Okay. Third, past perfect remains past perfect. This is really easy. So, the past perfect is had and then V3. So, this remains the V3. But yes, remember, there are certain changes that we need to do. He said, that, we have removed the comma in inverted comma. We have said, he told that Vicky had done his work. Now, suppose I remove the Vicky from the example and I have used I. So he said, comma, inverted comma, I had done his work. So what will be the answer? I want you all to please comment down the answer. So for all those who face confusion, I'd say he told that, he changes to he. Of course, he told that he had done his work. Okay. Now we have talked about the positive sentences. Now let's talk about change of expressions. This is again an important table for you all to learn if you want to change the sentences smoothly. So adverb of time, now changes to then, ago changes to before, today changes to that day, tomorrow changes to next day or the following day, yesterday changes to previous day or the day before, last year changes to previous year, next Monday to the following Monday. Then adverb of places, here becomes there and herein becomes therein. These are really easy, isn't it? And then demonstratives, this becomes that, these becomes those. So another very important table, you need to learn this out. Okay, moving forward. Now let's talk about reporting questions. Till now we have done the positive sentences. Now let's talk about reporting questions. So the first thing that you need to learn while learning this particular reporting question is, now the reporting verb will not remain told. Now we'll be using the exact according to the mood of a sentence. If you remember, the first thing that I have said is that when we move deeper to the video, we'll be using the reporting verb according to the mood of a sentence. So all the reporting verb for reporting questions are asked, inquired, wondered or questioned. Right? So let's talk about an example. Mani said to Kunal, where are you going? This is a question. So the answer will be, Mani asked Kunal, or Mani inquired Kunal, Mani questioned Kunal, whatever is comfortable with you, you may use it. So Mani asked Kunal, where was he going? And then we remove the question mark there. Now this is very important that in indirect sentences we don't use question marks or we don't use interrogative sentences. This is a very important point for you to learn. Moving forward, now let's talk about reporting command. This is one of the most easiest topic in indirect. So again, the reporting verb in all the reporting command will be tell, warn, ordered. In fact, this is warned and told exactly like that. Sorry for that glitch. So these are all the reporting verb. Let's talk about this. So this is really easy. Now for this thing, we don't use that. Right? We don't use that in place of comma. We remove comma, of course, but we don't use that in that place. So what we use? We simply use to plus verb first form. So let's talk about an example. So the teacher said to the students, you must apologize to her right now. So the teacher ordered the students to apologize to her right then. Now you must see that apologize was the main verb and we have used to plus verb first form. So must apologize is to apologize. That's it. Right? You may take this a screenshot for your better clearance. So moving further, we have reporting request. Reporting command and reporting request both are same, but yes, there are slight difference. That's why I have noticed here. So again, the reporting verb here is requested. That is same for all the thing. Remember one thing, the reporting verb for reporting request is requested for all the thing, for all the sentences. So the example will be, I said to my friend, could you make me a cup of tea? So I requested my friend to make me a cup of tea. See, here also we have used to plus V1. That's it. Same as in command. Moving to the last part of sentences, that is reporting exclamations, exclamation mark, exclamatory sentences. So already note that the reporting verb for the exclamation sentences are alas, hurrah, oh, and all this thing. That suggest a suggestion or expression of a joy. So let's talk about an example. Oh no, we have missed the train, he said. So the example will be, he exclaimed sadly that they had missed the train. Now at this point you might have heard, you might be thinking that, or there will be a question in your mind, that why I have used exclaimed sadly. Now this is again a rule for reporting exclamation, that we use exclaimed and then the mood of a sentence. Like, we have missed the train, this is a sad expression. Like, we don't say happily, oh my god, we have missed a train. No, we say this sadly. That's why we say he exclaimed sadly. Or suppose the example could be, I have won the match. So he exclaimed joyfully that they had won the match. Exactly as like that, right? So these are the types of question. Further, and yes, as I say that question marks are removed, so exclamation sign is also omitted. Now I have brought you 6 steps for you to understand and change the sentences. Now the first thing, you have to identify. What we have to identify? We have to identify the subject, we have to identify the tense of a sentence, we have to identify the first person, second person, third person pronoun in the question given. This is the first step, that is identify. Then second is of change of RV. What is this RV? RV is reporting verb. Now, yes, if it is said, then it will be told. If it is question, it will be according to the question mood. If it is command, then it will be according to the command mode. If it is request, it will be in request mode. So accordingly, you have to find an appropriate reporting verb for this sentence. Your third step. Third step is replace inverted commas and comma with that. As I already said, that we remove the comma and we put up a subordinate conjunction that. So your third step is this. Fourth step is change of the pronoun. As I already said, that first person changes to third person, second person changes to third person, and third person remains the third person. This is your fourth step. Your fifth step is change of the tense. Now, what is this change of the tense? So here is a complete list of tense that I have given on one slide for your better understanding. So simple present changes to simple past, present continuous changes to past continuous, present perfect changes to past perfect, present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. We have discussed this with an example in the earlier part of the video. If you feel confusion, you may go back and watch that part again. Now, past, simple past changes to past perfect, past continuous changes to past perfect continuous, past perfect and past perfect continuous, no change. Remember this. And then will and shall changes to would, should, can, may changes to could and might. Fine. Now, there is one thing that is more important for you to understand, that the reported speech, that is the tense, let it be anything. If that sentence is a universal truth or a habit. Now, universal truth as in like water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, sun rises in the east, sun sets in the west, honesty is the best policy, or any of the proverb. So what did I say? If the sentence is a universal truth, a habit, or a idiom or proverb, remember this, that we don't change those sentences. We will do the other changes, that we will remove the comma, we'll put that and all like that, we will change the reporting verb and all like that thing, but the sentence will not change. Exactly as that. Fine. So this is the for the tense. So this was your fifth step. Your last step is update time specific words. What are the time specific words? These are your time specific words. Like here will become there, tomorrow will become the next day, today will become that day, yesterday will become the previous day, this will become that, now becomes then, and tonight becomes that night. So this is your entire 6-step formula for changing a direct sentence into an indirect sentence. I hope this video was easy and was really easy and was helpful for you all to understand. If you have any question, pin down your comment, share this video with all the students, those who wish to understand direct indirect. If you have any question, feel free to comment down. I'll try my best to answer those comments. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe my channel for such content. Stay tuned and please watch the video entirely. Share with your friends. With this, stay safe. Jai Hind. Take care.